Everyone, myself Deepak Shah from New Catholic Mission School Jhabua, and today's video is for class 12th chapter 6 application of derivatives, and today's topic is increasing and decreasing functions. Increasing and decreasing functions. So what is increasing and decreasing function? If let f(x) be continuous in closed interval ab and differentiable in open interval ab, then there are three conditions. First, if f dash x is greater than 0 in closed interval ab, then the function is increasing function. Then second condition is if f dash x is less than 0 in closed interval ab, then the function is decreasing function. And the third is if f dash x is equals to 0 in closed interval ab, then the function is called constant function. So these three conditions are required for increasing and decreasing functions. Also, if f dash x is greater than 0 in open interval ab, then the function is strictly increasing. And if f dash x is less than 0 in open interval ab, then the function is strictly decreasing. Okay, so these are 5 conditions for exercise 6.2. f dash x greater than 0, then increasing, f dash x less than 0, decreasing, f dash x equals to 0, then constant function in this closed interval ab, and f dash x greater than 0, strictly increasing, f dash x less than 0, strictly decreasing in open interval ab. So these are 5 conditions. Now we start exercise 6.2. Exercise 6.2, question number 3. Show that the function f(x) equals to sin x is strictly increasing in 0 to pi by 2 and decreasing in pi by 2 to pi. So first we differentiate it. So we get cos x. Differentiate with respect to x. So we get f dash x equals to cos x. Now we know that in 0 to pi by 2 value of f dash x is positive. Why? Because from 0 to pi by 2 the value of cos x is positive in first quadrant. Therefore we get f dash x as positive, and if f dash x is positive, it means f dash x is greater than 0. So the function is increasing and the interval is open, so strictly increasing in this interval. Also from pi by 2 to pi, f dash x is negative. Why? Because from pi by 2 to pi the value of cos x is negative in second quadrant between 90 and 180, the value of cos x is negative. Therefore f dash x is negative. So f dash x is less than 0, and if f dash x is less than 0, then the function is strictly decreasing. Okay, so this type of questions are in exercise 6.2. Now next question, question number 5. there is a cubic function in question number 5. Fx is given as 2x cube plus 3x square minus 3x square minus 36x plus 7. This is the function fx, and we have to show that it is strictly increasing in some intervals and is strictly decreasing in some other intervals. So, first we differentiate it with respect to x. Differentiate with respect to x. So, we get f dash x equals to 2 d by dx of x cube minus 3 d by dx of x square minus 36 d by dx of x plus d by dx of 7. So, 2 into 3x square minus 3 into 2x minus 36 into 1 plus 0. So, the value of f dash x is 6x square minus 6x minus 36. Okay. Now, let f dash x equals to 0. So, 6x square minus 6x minus 36 equals to 0, or we take 6 common. So, the function is x square minus x minus 6 equals to 0. This is quadratic equation. So, we split middle term x square minus 3x plus 2x minus 6 in minus 3 and plus 2. So, x common, so x minus 3 plus 2 common, x minus 3 equals to 0. So, there are two values of x, x minus 3 and x plus 2 equals to 0. Value of x is 3 and value of x is minus 2. So, there are two values of x, minus 3 and minus 2. So, now we draw a number line. Okay, we draw a number line here minus infinite and here plus infinite. Then there are two values minus 2 and 3. So, minus 2 is here and 3 is here. Okay. So, we get three intervals, first this interval, second this interval and third this interval. So, in these three intervals we find the values of f dash x as positive or negative. So, there are three intervals. First interval is from minus infinite to minus 2. From minus infinite to minus 2, the value of f dash x, and f dash x is x square minus 6 minus x minus 6. So, in this interval, if we put any value in between these two, example, if we take minus 3, then minus 3 square is 9, then minus minus plus 3. So, 9 plus 3 12 minus 6, so it is positive. So, in this interval value of f dash x is positive, so it is increasing. Okay. Now, we take second interval. Second interval is from minus 2 to 3. So, if we put values of f dash x, values in f dash x in between minus 2 and 3, assume that if we put 0, because 0 is in between minus 2 and 3. So, if we put 0, so 0, 0 and minus 6, value is negative. F dash x is negative, therefore, function is decreasing. Okay. And the third is 3 to infinite. If we put values in f dash x between 3 and infinite, so we get values let x is 5, 5 square 25 minus 5, 25 minus 5 20 minus 6 is 14. So, positive values. So, always we get positive values. and positive means increasing function. Okay, so what we get? We get that in this interval minus infinite to minus 2, the function is increasing in this interval, and in between minus 2 and 3 the function is decreasing, and in between 3 to infinite function is again increasing. Okay, so these are the three intervals and values of f dash x in these three intervals, increasing or decreasing. Now next question, question number 7. Question number 7 is y equals to log x, log 1 plus x minus 2x upon 2 plus x. Differentiate it. So we get dy by dx 1 upon 1 plus x minus, in this we use quotient rule. So denominator d by dx of numerator minus numerator d by dx of denominator upon square of denominator. Okay, so 1 upon 1 plus x minus 2 plus x into 2 minus 2x into 1 upon 2 plus x whole square, or 1 upon 1 plus x minus 4 plus 2x minus 2x upon 2 plus x whole square, 2x cancel. So 1 upon 1 plus x minus 4 upon 2 plus x whole square, taking LCM 1 plus x 2 plus x whole square. So 2 plus x whole square minus 4 into 1 plus x, a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab, it means 4x minus 4 minus 4x upon 1 plus x into 2 plus x whole square, 4x cancel. So we get, and 4 also cancel. So value of dy by dx is x square upon 1 plus x and 2 plus x whole square. Okay, so this is the value of dy by dx. Now we find increasing and decreasing, increasing or decreasing in this interval. We have to prove that this is increasing function throughout its domain. So this is the term in square. So if we take any number, negative or positive, we get this positive term. Also this term is also a square, so this is also positive term. So only this term depends for the sign. So value of x, if we take value of x greater than minus 1, it means it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then we get this dy by dx positive. So dy by dx or f dash x is increasing if x is greater than minus 1. Okay, if x is, value of x is greater than minus 1, then the value of dy by dx is always positive, and if the value is positive, then the function is increasing. Now next question, question number 9. Question number 9, y equals to 4 sin theta upon 2 plus cos theta minus theta. We have to show that this is an increasing function in interval 0 to pi by 2. So first we differentiate it, dy by dx. This is fx upon gx form. So we take quotient rule, 2 plus cos x cos theta d by d theta, here we take dy by d theta. So 4 sin theta minus 4 sin theta d by d theta into 2 plus cos theta upon 2 plus cos theta whole square minus d by d theta of theta. So 2 plus cos theta into 4 sin theta, differentiation of 4 sin theta is 4 cos theta minus 4 sin theta, differentiation of 2 is 0 and differentiation of cos theta is minus sin theta upon 2 plus cos theta whole square minus 1, because differentiation of theta with respect to theta is 1. Now multiply it, so 4 2s are 8 cos theta plus 4 cos square theta minus plus 4 sin square theta upon 2 plus cos theta whole square minus 1. 8 cos theta plus 4 common, so cos square theta plus sin square theta upon 2 plus cos theta whole square minus 1. We know that cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So value of dy by d theta is 8 cos theta plus 4 upon 2 plus cos theta whole square minus 1. Okay. Again we take LCM and solve this dy by d theta. So take LCM as 2 plus cos theta whole square. So 8 cos theta plus 4 minus 2 plus cos theta whole square. 8 cos theta plus 4 minus a square plus b square plus 2ab. So 4 plus cos square theta plus 4 cos theta upon 2 plus cos theta whole square. So it is 8 cos theta plus 4 minus cos square theta minus 4 cos theta upon 2 plus cos theta whole square. So 4 cancel by 4. This is 4 cos theta minus cos square theta upon 2 plus cos theta whole square. If we take common cos theta, then we get 4 minus cos theta upon 2 plus cos theta whole square. This is the value of dy by d theta. Okay. Now given interval is 0 to pi by 2. So in this 0 to pi by 2 we know that value of cos theta is positive. So dy by d theta is positive, this value is positive, then 4 minus cos theta, this is also positive, and we know that value of cos theta is in between minus 1 to plus 1. So it is always less than 4. So we get this term is always positive and denominator is in square, therefore this is also positive. So all these three terms are positive, therefore dy by d theta is increasing in this interval 0 to pi by 2. Okay. So this is question number 9. Now next question, question number 16 of exercise 6.2. Question number 16 is, prove that the function f given by fx equals to sin log x is strictly increasing in 0 to pi by 2 and strictly decreasing in pi by 2 to pi. So the function is given as y equals to log sin x. log sin x. So if we differentiate it dy by dx, then we get log x, differentiation of log x is 1 upon x. So differentiation of log sin x is 1 upon sin x, and differentiation of sin x is cos x. So value of dy by dx is cos x upon sin x. We know that cos x upon sin x is cot x. Okay. Now value of cot x from 0 to pi by 2 is always positive. Okay. We know that value of cot x in first quadrant from 0 to 90 degree is always positive. Therefore dy by dx is increasing, strictly increasing in this 0 to pi by 2, and from pi by 2 to pi we know that dy by dx is negative. Why? Because in second quadrant from 90 to 180 degree value of cot is always negative. So value of dy by dx is negative in this second quadrant, and if the value is negative, then the function is strictly decreasing. Strictly decreasing function. Okay. So this is all about exercise 6.2. Now theory for exercise 6.3. 6.3 exercise, tangents and normals. Tangents and normals. We know that equation of a straight line is y minus y0 equals to m x minus x0 or x1. Y minus y1 equals to m x minus x1. Here x1 and y1 are points on the line, and m is called slope of a line. So in this exercise, or in this equation of tangents and normals, we have given y equals to fx, a function, y equals to fx function. If we differentiate it with respect to x, then we get dy by dx, that is f dash x. Here f dash x or dy by dx is called slope of tangent. Okay. Always the differentiation of function dy by dx is called slope of tangent, and if we take minus 1 upon dy by dx, then it is called slope of normal. Okay. So slope of tangent and slope of normal, and equation of tangent is y minus y1 dy by dx equals into x minus x1. This is equation of tangent, and equation of normal is y minus y1 minus 1 upon dy by dx x minus x1. This is equation of normal. So differentiation of y is called slope of tangent, and minus 1 upon dy by dx is called slope of normal, and equation of tangent is y minus y1 dy by dx x minus x1, and this. So exercise 6.3 question number 1. We have to find the slope of tangent. Exercise 6.3 question number 1. Find the slope of tangent to the curve y equals to 3e to the power x, 3x to the power 4 minus 4 at x equals to 4. So differentiate it. So we get dy by dx as 3 into 4x cube minus 0. So 12x cube dy by dx at x equals to 2, given x equals to 4. So dy by dx at x equals to 4, 12 into 4 cube, 12 into 4 cube, value of 4 cube is 64. So 64 into 12 is the value of slope of tangent. Question number 1 complete. Now question number 5. Find the slope of the tangent to the curve. There are two curves, x equals to a cos cube theta and y equals to a sin cube theta at x equals to pi by 4. So differentiate it dx by d theta A, and differentiation of cos cube theta is 3 cos square theta into differentiation of cos theta is sin theta. Similarly, dy by d theta, differentiation of this term is A as it is, and 3 sin square theta, and differentiation of sin theta is cos theta. So we get dy by d theta and dx by d theta. Now we find dy by dx, that is dy by d theta upon dx by d theta. So we put these values, dy by dx equals to, first we put value of dy by d theta as A into 3 sin square theta into cos theta upon A 3 cos square theta into cos theta, no, into sin theta and minus. So sin theta cancel, cos theta cancel, 3 cancel. So dy by dx is sin theta upon cos theta. It means tan theta, and at x equals to pi by 4. So dy by dx equals to tan pi by 4, and value of tan pi by 4 is 1. So value of dx by dy by dx, slope of tangent is 1. Question number 5 complete. Now question number 8. Question number 8 of this exercise. Find the point on the curve. Curve is given as y equals to x minus 2 whole square, and which is tangent which is parallel to the chord joining the points. Points are given 2, 0 and 4, 4. So if first we take differentiation of dy by dx as 2 into x minus 2 into 1, and there are 2 points. So slope of points is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So it's 4 minus 0 upon 4 minus 2. So 4 upon 2, it's 2. So slope is 2, and here the slope is 2 into x minus 2, and both slopes are equals to slope of chord. So 2 into x minus 2 equals to 2. Why these two are equal? Because the lines are parallel, and if the lines are parallel then the slopes are equal. So 2 cancel by 2, x minus 2 equals to 1, x equals to 3. Value of x equals to 3, and value of y, we put value of x as 3. So value of y is 3 minus 2 whole square, it's 1. So value of y is 1. The points are x equals to 3, y equals to 1, 3, 1. Okay, this is question number 8. So this type of questions you have in exercise 6.3, and similarly you can solve some more questions of this exercise. Okay, thank you.